Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to be doing a two-part video. First part's going to be the unboxing of the Aorus X3 V3 with the new Maxwell 970M GPU. Part 2 is going to consist of a comparison between the Razer Blade 2014 model using the 870M Kepler GPU. And here we go. Now they actually did a pretty good job with the exterior packaging. This is the first laptop I've ever seen shipped with the, I'm not even sure what these are called, but these are supposed to hold weight in better so the device doesn't break under, or the box doesn't break under shipping. I actually ordered this from HID Evolution. I believe the retail price was $21.99, and it comes with two 256 gig mSATA SSDs and a RAID 0, so you're getting tons of performance. It also comes with a 16 gigs of memory. This is one hard box to open. Wow. Here we go, the box inside of the box. This is pretty average laptop shipping box. Nothing too fancy going on here. So the specs are right here on. I'm not sure if this is going to show up that good on. This is going to show up that good on here. But the specs are, it's running a QHD Plus 13.9 inch, 14 inch basically, LED screen, which is 3200 by 1800. The GTX 970M. This is the 6 GB VRAM model. i7 quad core 4710 HQ. And as I said, it's running DDR3L, which is the low voltage 1.35 volt RAM, and there's two 8 gig sticks installed for a total of 16 gigs. Operating system ships with Windows 8.1. Now that's obviously not acceptable for a lot of people. I've been running Windows 8.1 for the last few years, not really running into any issues there. Oh, and as I said, also it's got two 256 gig mSATA SSDs. As far as shipping is concerned, we got another box within a box. This looks almost identical to what the Razer Blade shipped in. It's a little freaky, actually. Same exact corners to hold this in. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. So what we have here is the actual inside of the box. Oh, this is actually a flip open lid here. That's very nice. So here's the laptop. I'll go ahead and get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at some of the internals we got here. This is the AC cord for the power supply charger. Oh wow! It comes with a recovery key. That was unexpected. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not a recovery key. This says utility driver USB flash drive. Oh, whatever. Still, that's a nice touch. I haven't seen any notebook manufacturers actually include USB anything with any of their notebooks, and it comes in this little neat little I don't know what this is. Some little case. Everything is packaged super nice in here. This is insane. I've been seeing some people talk about this. This is actually protective film for the touchpad. You actually put it over there. It helps to reduce smudges and smears. Not everybody uses it, but nice little feature to have. Software disk for Power DVD, which is kind of odd since there's no DVD player on here. So that seems like an extra cost for no reason. Wow. Very thought out manual. Warranty card. Battery's covered for 1 year. AC adapter is covered for 2 years. Actually doesn't mention anything else, but as far as I know, the actual notebook components are covered for 2 years. Also, if you go to their website, it's not actually listed in here. I'll put a link in the video. But if you go to their website, if you register online, you actually get a 3-month extension on the warranty, which that's unheard of. So here's the power brick. People are complaining about this is huge. This is not that big. I was working on a laptop recently, had a much bigger power supply than this, and it was only 120 watts. So this is 150 watts, like some people have saying. I don't know if it's going to be exactly 150 watts. It says it's 19.5 volts at 7.7 amps, which would be a little over 150.15 watts. Now, I bought actually an extra Razer Blade charger. They were on sale on the Razer store. They're actually still on sale as of this video today, which is January 28th. They're actually on sale for $99. It's supposed to only be with the notebooks, but if you add it to cart and remove the notebook, you can actually still get the charger for $99. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this stuff back in here, and actually I'm going to leave this out. I'm going to put this other stuff away. I'm not too concerned with the trackpad. Got a bunch of cloth covers for all the stuff they're shipping you, which is nice. Notebook actually ships in a nice little cloth cover. And let me go ahead and move this off of my desk here. So this is incredibly thin. The pictures made it look like it was going to be a lot bigger than it actually is. This I am actually very happy with. And some people aren't liking that little Ethernet port. I am. I think it's a great feature, especially if you're doing, if you play MOBAs. They can actually get pretty laggy when you're doing it over Wi-Fi, no matter what kind of Wi-Fi chip it is. Has an SD port, two USB 3 ports on that side, one USB 3 port on this side, as well as an HDMI. According to the specs I read, it's actually HDMI 1.4, so it does actually support 4K over HDMI, limited to 30 hertz. It also has DisplayPort. I don't know. I think it's DisplayPort 2.0, but I really don't know right now. But that does also support 4K. I believe it supports 4K up to 60 hertz, but again, I'm not 100% sure. Here's that card that everybody has been showing in the V2 and the V1 videos. Oh, actually there is a little, this actually does state, that, I'm not sure if you can actually read this. I'm not sure, but anyway, you get a 3-month extension. This is what I was talking about. So they actually do let you know, which is pretty cool. Cloth cover, I don't know about you, but I always have some sort of cloth cover on any of my laptops, simply because it's very easy to get the screen get pushed in a little bit and you start getting key marks on there. Super annoying. I normally buy, I'm actually drawing a blank, but they're actually pretty good quality cloths. Kind of expensive too. Not much is really going on here. Standard keyboard. People are complaining about flex on here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. People complain about flex on the keyboard, and I am typing on it right now. Yeah, there is a little bit of flex, but normal typing, this isn't affecting anyone. It's one of those things that people are getting super annoyed over for no reason. My M17X R3 and R4s both had some sort of flex. It comes with the territory. It's not incredibly ridiculous. I'm actually gonna see about just applying that little protective film. Might as well do it before I start touching it. Again, you don't have to do this, personal preference. Most people are going to be like, I don't even know what this is for. Which one do we do first? Okay, so this says back. So I'm just going to go ahead and try and apply this real quick. I think this is the oddest thing I've ever had to do on any notebook, to be honest. I would never have thought I would be applying a screen protector on a trackpad. And 99% of the world hates applying screen protectors because they never come out right. So I'm trying my best here. Well, actually, that came out good. Let's see if I can get this off without ripping the whole thing off. Uh-oh. Oh! Okay, so adding the screen protector does give it a little matte finish. And it's bubble free. Nice. Okay, so this is interesting. I haven't seen a touchpad like this. It definitely is sectioned off here, and there is no bump. This isn't on camera. Sorry about that. Okay, that's not right. There we go. So the there's a little line here that's sectioning off the left click and right click, but there is nothing separating it. So if you're one to just scroll around, it's excuse me, it might be a little bit of a problem. This is an interesting trackpad. It seems like seems like you can pretty much press it almost anywhere. Now there is actually a little bit of flex here, which is kind of odd. Again, the flex thing, it's not a huge thing for me. But like I said, there's no bump here between these, so you might get confused. As far as that, I think that's pretty much it. Now, other people are complaining about this. Let me move that back up, sorry. Now, people are complaining about the flex on the screen. I mean, this is plastic. I don't know what you're really expecting, but for something this thin, this is going to be normal. Now, I did read something about the bezels popping apart. I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, I can get my fingernail in between it and kind of pop it off, but I'm not going to, because just like trying to bend an iPhone 6 Plus, it's pointless, and it really makes you look dumb. So the other thing was this little amount of flex here. Again, I got it on my M17X R3 and R4, and it's just, it comes with the territory with the plastic. The entire bottom frame, other than the keyboard, feels like it's aluminum. I mean, basically everything except the little gap right here separates the bottom half of the base and the top half of the base. And I'm not referring to the LCD screen, just the top half. The little top half right there seems to be plastic. Basically, everything above this seems to be some sort of plastic composite. But again, this is super thin. I'm going to grab my Razer and just do a quick side by side so you can see them both. So you can see a comparison between the two. I have a set of digital calipers. Unfortunately, I do not know where they are at the moment. Okay, there. Just to do a couple quick measurements. I'm going to zoom this out a bit so we can see all the notebooks there. So we have the Razer Blade here, we have the Aorus here. As far as dimensions go, I'm not going to be able to use this to measure that, so that was actually kind of pointless. There we go. A little tape measure. So as far as the width on the Razer Blade, we're looking at 9 1/4, which I am 9 1/4 inches, which unfortunately I can't do conversion to meters very quickly, so I'm not sure what that is in meters, but again, it's 9 1/4 inch width on the Razer Blade, and the total on the Aorus is 10 1/8, it looks like. 10 inches and 1/8. The length on the Razer Blade is 13.5 inches. On the Aorus, it's actually coming in at 12 7/8 inches, so just under 13 inches. So it is actually a little bit smaller. Height-wise, I'm going to use my caliper on so I can get an actual exact measurement. So that says 18.88 millimeters, which is 0.74 inches. Now, I mean, give or take a few millimeters. I mean, obviously this isn't exact. I'm actually going to measure this one from the back since it has a slight, I don't know what the angular curve, I guess would be the term. So, okay. So we got 0.930 inches, 23.66 millimeters. So a little bit bigger, but again, it's within what the specs say it is, and that's the largest point on it. For those that don't know, the screen on the Razer Blade is actually a touchscreen, which most people don't like or want or need, and there's that. It is actually the same exact panel. The only difference is the Aorus is matte, the Razer is glossy. So it's really preference there. I do say I like the Razer's keyboard more. The Aorus has a nice set of function keys on the left side. Razer actually makes a bit of a clicking sound when it comes to the touchpad. Some people have found that to be quite annoying. Speakers are on the top on the Blade. In the case of the Aorus, they actually nix the speakers on the top to basically make it smaller, as well as add the G keys in there. These speakers are supposed to be in the front. I'm not sure if these are them right here, but they seem kind of rinky-dink compared to the Razer. Think about that about covers it as far as this goes. Oh, and the cloths I normally buy for my keyboards, the company is called Radtech, R-A-D-T-E-C-H. Like, they are a little bit on the more pricey side. They're kind of geared towards Apple products. I actually sold my old MacBook Pro 15.4 inch, so I'm actually using the cloth on here. It's actually a little bit too big. I might cut it down. I might order another one to size, but it serves its purpose. And again, the Razer charger will work on the Aorus. It's exact same wattage, and it's significantly smaller compared to the Aorus charger. And I will actually grab the brick so you can see a comparison of the brick. And I'm actually going to use, I'm just going to use the Razer's brick for now, just since I already have it out. But side by side with the 150 watt Aorus brick, it is obviously slightly different. See, the Blade is significantly smaller. I don't know how they packed that much power into it. I'll just do another quick measurement. Length 5 3/4 inches on the Razer brick. On the Aorus 6.5. Width 2 1/4 on the Razer, with 3 1/8 on the Aorus. And as far as thickness, we're looking at 1 inch on the Aorus and about 3/4 inch on the Razer. So that concludes it for the unboxing and just quick physical comparison, and I'm going to continue on part 2 with actually doing a side-by-side comparison, as long as everything works as I want it to. I'm going to do side-by-side comparison running 3D Mark. I had a few requests to do a few game benchmarks, so I'll do that as well. And I'm going to do, like I said, a side-by-side with the Razer Blade, so you can see the performance on both simultaneously. And that concludes this video. Thank you.